if you are a borrower who is enrolled in a SAVE plan, there's been a lot of information that has been coming out about this case that was dismissed against the Department of Education or against the Trump administration due to, and this has been going on since the Biden administration was in office. But there's a settlement agreement, okay? And what the courts basically said is that at the end of the day, the states and also the Department of Education, they both want the same thing. They want the SAVE plan to be gone. The thing is, with the passing of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, that means that the SAVE plan could be gone from here between now up until July of 2028. But under the settlement agreement, what that means is that the Department of Education will go through this negotiated rulemaking process, meaning that they could cancel that plan or completely dead the SAVE plan a lot sooner than July of 2028. But one thing that was important too to read in this proposed agreement, because what the courts, they said, we don't want to say if the plan is illegal or legal. Go to the Department of Education. The Department of Education is well within their realms to go through the negotiated rulemaking process, which you guys already talked about in the settlement agreement, to do what it is that needs to be done with the SAVE plan. But I said there's something more important than just repealing the SAVE plan, even though there's a lot of student loan borrowers that's enrolled in it. But when we look at this settlement agreement will extend way past the Trump administration being in office. When you read number 13 of the settlement agreement, it says anytime the defendants, which is the Department of Education, plan to or have reason to believe that they will cancel or forgive more than $10 billion in federal student loans within a 1-month period, the Department of Education or its successors shall provide written notice to the Office of Attorney General of Missouri at least 30 days before cancellation or forgiveness. Also, identifying the basis for defendants' legal authority and how much they estimate will be forgiven or canceled. If defendants do not provide written notice under the previous sentence, but actually did forgive more than $10 billion in federal student loans within a 1-month period, the Department of Education or its successor shall provide written notice to the Office of Attorney General of Missouri within 30 days after the end of such month. This provision will expire 10 years after the date of the settlement agreement. So we're not only talking about an agreement that will take place currently, but it's going to extend way outside this administration being in office. And this is how you know when you see things like this. At the end of the day, we know student loans is a huge moneymaker for this states, all of these states. This is where MOHELA, this is one of the largest loan servicer, is located. So when the Department of Education starts discharging loans under these repayment plans, that means that they're missing out on money. They're missing out money on interest. Mind you, we got defaulted federal student loans, the servicing of these loans, all of this money that they stand to miss out on. And this is why I'm looking like if we have a provision that's in place that's well after this administration is out of office. And this is why we have this appeal that the states have filed and why they are taking this, to the extreme. But we know borrowers at the end of the day are not ever considered in any of this whatsoever.